So the new Insurance Act 1938 was enacted to amend the law relating to the business of insurance in the country. The foreign investment under the insurance sector was allowed in the year 2000, which was 26% in an Indian insurance company. Later on, uh, the Insurance Amendment Act of 2015 increased the limit of the foreign investment of 49%. So in order to the objective of government's FDI policy of supplementing domestic long-term capital, technology and skills for the growth of the economy and insurance sector, and to enhance the insurance penetration and social protection, this new insurance amendment bill of 2021 was introduced by our finance minister, uh, Nirmala Sitharaman, on 15 March 2021. This bill amends the Insurance Act 1938. So this new amendment provides for the functioning of insurance businesses and regulates the relationship between an insurer, its policy holders, its shareholders, and the regulator, that is the IRDA. The bill seeks to increase the maximum foreign investment allowed in an Indian insurance company from 49% to 74%. Now, why the need for this amendment came into place? The need arose because the insurance penetration in India is currently at 3.7% of the GDP compared to the world average of 6.31%. Uh, there had been a slow growth rate of 11 to 12% in the life insurance sector from 15 to 20% until fiscal 2020, because this pandemic pushed the customers to save cash instead of spending on stocks or life insurance policies. As of 31st March 2021, there are only 24 life and 34 non-life insurers in India, whereas at the time of nationalization in 1956, there were 243 insurance companies, and in 1973, there were 107 non-life insurance companies. So, what were the changes that were brought in through this new amendment? So, the first change that was brought was in section 2, subclause 7A for subclause B, which has been substituted as in which the aggregate holdings of equity shares by foreign investors, including portfolio investors, do not exceed 74% of the paid up equity capital of such Indian insurance company, and the foreign investment which shall be subject to such conditions and manner as may be prescribed. Basically, this new amendment says that the limit of the foreign investment allowed in an Indian insurance company is now 74% compared to the previous 49%, and the foreign investment in insurance companies shall be subject to such conditions and manner as may be prescribed. The second change that was brought is the explanation to section 27 subclause 7, which states the provision which stipulated the requirement for an insurance company incorporated in India to hold assets in trust where at least 33% capital is owned by investors domiciled outside India, or 33% of the members of the governing body are domiciled outside India, which now stands omitted in the new amendment. The third and the final change that was brought is in section 114 of the Principal Act. In subsection 2, for clause AAA, the following clause shall be substituted, namely, the clause AAA was that the conditions and manner of foreign investment under clause B of section 7 of clause 7A of section 2, that is, the requirement for the insurance company to be Indian owned and control, is now omitted, and it has been stipulated that the conditions and manner of foreign investment shall be prescribed. So what this new amendment, how will this new amendment benefit everyone? Basically the increase in foreign ownership to 74% can result in inclusion of global best practices in terms of insurance products going forward. It will also help in bringing down the cost of insurance products in India. It will also be good for the Indian promoters as it will let them keep control of the management and board, and the additional capital inflow will help them with funds to push for growth. It will also benefit the small insurance players or the ones where the sponsors don't have the ability to put in more capital, and hence it will benefit in strengthening them and increasing competition across the industry. So now there are some concerns uh, uh, in this new amendment bill. So the first one is that the present actual share of FDI in the insurance sector is less than the current limit of 49%. This target was aimed to achieve within 5 years. But this target is not achieved, and hence there is no justification for increasing the limit to 74%. Infusion of market funds in the insurance sector is not viable. The bill does not have a provision to prevent financially weak foreign companies from entering into the Indian insurance sector. So basically, to conclude that these new measures and the new changes are although encouraging, while there might be more general questions that how these new changes will benefit the Indian policyholders, the changes represent a big step forward from the previous amendment bill, and they are unlikely to cause practical difficulties for international insurers and do not exceed the measures as per the discussion in the budget speed. Therefore, on the whole, these changes seem positive. Thank you.